So just to confirm, we have 3 of our semi-finalists. Australia, South Africa had already gone through prior to this fixture. Winning today, though, has booked England a place in the knockout stages. So just 1 spot up for grabs. Indian supporters, don't despair. You're still very much in it, but you've got to play a bit better or get across the line. They've now lost 3 on the spin. India next play New Zealand and then take on Bangladesh. What a game of cricket. Tash has rushed across from brilliantly handing over that presentation to Heather Knight. What a game of cricket.
Oh yeah, she gave me a sweaty hug there, tried to ruin my shirt. What a game from England. You could see by the celebrations actually how much it meant. All the chat has been coming into this tournament, how they need to perform under pressure, and they put under pressure by India today and just managed to hold on. But Linsey Smith, she was absolutely brilliant throughout, but also at the death.
We'll come on to Linsey, and hopefully Linsey's going to join us in just a moment. But I want to go back to what Charlotte Edwards was saying to me yesterday. Winning ugly, getting the job done, gritty performances. That's what she wanted to instill into this team once she'd taken over. That's got to be as big a proof as any that it's working.
Definitely, and I actually think the slightly niggly games before this had actually set up England for this win. I think in the past in tournaments we've seen them sort of cruise through the league stages, and then when they play a bigger team, Australia and India, that's when they've come dumbfounded. But tonight, got runs on the board, I thought it was just about par, and then just able to nip it at the back end with the ball.
Where does that mindset flip come from then? Is it just because Charlotte's in charge? It can't be that simple.
I think she has a massive part to play. I think the way that she sort of goes about it, she obviously is a winner, playing under her as well. The winning comes first. It doesn't matter about how you play. So I think she's come in and it's more about how they go about it. Obviously before we sort of inspire, entertain, but didn't necessarily get the results against the bigger side. So I think Charlotte Edwards has come in, and it's not just her presence, but actually speaking to the players, having honest conversations. Look, we need to get the wins on the board. It doesn't really matter how we play, whether it looks expansive or whatever. But actually, we just have to play to the situation. And also, Sciver-Brunt, I think she's grown into the captaincy. Obviously, a lot of chat in her captaincy. But I think in this tournament, you've seen interesting field placements, very calm under pressure, chatting to her bowlers, using Heather Knight and Charlie Dean. So I think a bit of a mindset shift for the England players.
I think we're just about to hear from Linsey. If I can summon her over. Linsey, come and join us, please. Well done. Congratulations.
Cheers.
How's the heart rate?
Yeah, it's just about recovered. My hamstrings are in pieces. Yeah, I can't quite comprehend what's just happened, to be honest. I think, yeah, those last 5-6 overs were crucial, and yeah, I think you don't always want to write off a game, but I think the fight that we showed at the end there was amazing.
Last over. When did you know you were bowling the last over? Did you see it? Did you see it coming? You're thinking, oh, where's she going to go? She's gone there, and now she's gone Lauren.
I knew I had one left, and I thought I've done all right. So it was earlier in the game. She took me off, and I was like, can I just have one more? I think I can get Harman out. But yeah, I think my role's been made pretty clear. A lot of power play, a lot of depth, and just glad it came off today.
We've done brilliantly the power play, but again, that last over, what are you looking at? How are you going? Are you trying to hit the hole? What's the game plan?
I think for me, it was not trying to overcomplicate too much. I think pretty happy with how I went tonight, especially coming over. I've been practicing that def plan all week. So yeah, just trying to really bowl a tight line into their heels and yeah, just try and block off that offside, I guess.
And obviously we've seen you predominantly go round the wicket to both right-handers and left-handers. First time you came over the wicket, just talk us through. I know you've been working on round the wicket to the lefties. Such a small margin for error, but you're nailing it at the moment. So just talk us through the angles that you're using at the moment.
Yeah, it's something I've played around with. I've actually not done it a lot against the lefty coming round in the power play, but it's something that we've spoke about tactically, and we think it's working pretty well. So I've still not got one to go to slip yet, but I'm adamant on keeping it in just for one more game maybe. But
well, you're swinging it like a seamer, so it will come, hopefully.
That drift in the power play, though, has worked brilliantly for you throughout the tournament.
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, just try and keep it pretty simple and not rewrite the books. I think Lottie and Nat have both been really supportive and clear in that, what I've done well for regional cricket back at home has worked successful for me. So, yeah, not try and change too much and just back myself to do that out here.
You've had to wait a long time, haven't you, to get back in an England shirt. What's it like to be in the thick of it against India, bowling that death over, getting your side across the line to qualify for the semi-finals?
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's pretty crazy. But no, even out on the boundary today, just trying to take it all in, to be honest. I think You know, I spoke a lot about last time when I made my debut in 2018, and what a tough time I had being out of the setup. But yeah, for me, you know, it's about taking it all in, trying to learn as much as I can, and putting performances for the team. And yeah, like you say, get that big Q next to our name.
And how much of a confidence booster do you think this win's going to be? Obviously, loads of chat about you guys performing against lower-ranked sides, but not quite able to do it against Australia and India. Saw the celebrations on the bench there, more so from Charlotte Edwards. What do you think that will do for your confidence? Obviously, you've got Australia next up. How's that going to fare going forward?
I think that's huge for us. I think, you know, look back 12 months, maybe we would have thrown the game away and, you know, not taken it as deep as we could. But I think, you know, the fight that we've showed and, you know, the way everyone's put their hands up, you know, we've still not played our best game, I don't think. And, you know, we've got a Q next to our name now, and that's the main thing. And, yeah, we'll reflect on this, and obviously 2 big games coming up left, and, yeah, just try and learn as much and get those plans in place.
Well, congratulations, but get over it. You've got Australia on Wednesday. You'll have to get back on the horse. We'll see you on Wednesday back here in indoor, but well done. Congratulations. Thanks very much for your time. Well done indeed, and well done to Nass, who's done the player of the match. He's interviewed the 2 captains. In a minute, he's got to go into ICC Digital. He's now speaking with me. Once he walks back over there, he's going to prepare the pitch for Wednesday's game against Australia. Fantastic performance, and that sort of grit I was chatting to Tash about is exactly what Charlotte Edwards wanted to instill into this team. What did you make of it?
Well, it was what Charlotte Edwards is all about as a cricketer, to be honest. So it's something that's been levelled at this side in the recent past, is that when under pressure, they crumble. They beat sides, you know, sides that they're expected to beat. They'll beat all of them, and then they'll get to Australia, India, sides in and around them in the rankings in a high pressurised game, and they crumble in the field as well. They drop catches, they miss field. They did neither of those today. They were quite brilliant. They lost that game. India snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory. 57 or 57 wickets in hand, good pitch, dew coming down, and they were quite brilliant, England. They bowled perfectly. Linsey Smith at the end was outstanding. The captaincy was really good. The fielding, every catch that went out in the deep was taken. That was a real statement. They can do better, they can debate the toss, other things they can think about, but one thing, they didn't bottle it today, and that is very important for this particular England side.
But the messaging from the coach can be spot on. They got to buy into it, and they've bought into it.
Yeah, I think it helped them coming here and playing on a good pitch. Right. I think with the bat, I think they have struggled when it is a bit sticky, and not all their batters have been in form, so they've come. But even in the bat, and there's always, even in a win, areas you can improve on. Even that, and the skipper said there, Nat Sciver-Brunt, that 288, they felt they should have got 300 more. So there's always areas you can improve on, but just look at the demeanour of the 2 captains there at the end. She could not believe Harmanpreet Kaur, she'd lost that game. That's why I asked her, what's the mood like in the dressing room? Because I looked across at the dugout and they were gone. And you can imagine in that dressing room now, how have we lost 3 close games? Whereas Nat Sciver-Brunt was like, wow, we thought we'd lost that. We thought we'd have to beat Australia, maybe New Zealand to get through. Now we're through. Now we can enjoy and improve from a positive position as opposed to trying to improve when pressure is on.
I thought your question to Heather Knight was absolutely spot on. She's been captain for a long time. We discussed this earlier. She does look a little bit more relaxed. And is that transferring into the way, for example, she played today? She hasn't got to worry about who's doing what and all the off-field stuff that captains, as you well know, have to deal with. She can concentrate on being the best batter she can possibly be.
Yeah, there's so many things to it, being a captain, that takes up your time. It's all-consuming, selection. I think one of the things we don't talk about is fitness. You know, she's come back in, and when you're a captain, you have to sit in meetings, you have to select sides, you have to... I think she's looking incredibly fit, coming back from that real bad hamstring tear at Chelmsford back in May. So, but she's just an outstanding player of spin. She's worked on all a range of sweeps and reverse sweeps, and it's good for England that you have her and Nat Sciver-Brunt in those crucial positions, 3 and 4, and other players can play around her. It's nice to see her playing with a smile on her face. If you sat quietly with her one day and ask her, do you feel you should have had the captaincy taken off you? She'll probably say no. But she strikes me as someone, even in the field today, she was waving at fielders and talking to Nat Sciver-Brunt. She wants England to win through and through, and she'll give the next captain as much as she gave herself when she was captain.
What a nice story Linsey Smith is. What tournament she's had so far.
Yeah, slightly different role today. Up front, it's been in all the other games. Because the bowling unit haven't been tested, she can get through her overs up front, and then sort of sit back and watch Eccleston come on, or whoever, all of them come on and bowl well. Today the pressure came and she had to come on at the end and finish things off. So it was a slightly different role. She's an excellent cricketer, she really is. She knows what she's doing. She doesn't want to suddenly run up and bowl a dipping, turning one that hits leg, pitches leg, hits top of off. She knows she's going to beat batters on the inside edge, the right-hander, and a wicket of Smriti Mandana was the turning point. Harmanpreet Kaur said that 3 times in that interview at the end. The wicket of Smriti Mandana holding out to exactly where we are now. Because of that drift she gets, you'll know as a left-hander, as it drifts away, Smriti's ended up doing that. She probably tried to hit it over mid-on and she sliced it to long off. Capsey took a good catch.
Those are the games that your senior players, Smriti Mandana, need to win for you.
Yeah, that's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
South Africa, in Vizag, they'd won that game completely. Australia, you've never beaten them, but they played really well against Australia, got 330 and lost. Got it down to 57 off 57 on a flat pitch with dew and lost. So that's concerning. They may still get through because they've got so much quality in that side, but...
We've got New Zealand, Bangladesh for the remaining fixtures.
Yeah, New Zealand haven't played as well as they have done in the past, and you'd expect them to beat Bangladesh. So I think they will get through, but they're putting themselves, after winning the first 2, they've now put themselves under real pressure, and we've just seen what pressure does to a team. So they need to pick themselves up, dust themselves down, and remind themselves they're a good side, but you don't win games for 90 overs, you have to play well for 100 overs.